The variety show in Ranked continues. Back at it today at Ranked Season 7 with the Des Moines. Now, I wasn't originally intending on playing featuring the Des Moines. Oops, that's not all chat. But I have been complaining about my Des Moines players in some of my commentaries, and this is because the Des Moines is very fragile. Especially in this purebred tier 10 matchmaking. And so as a result, what happens is that one mistake can be very punishing. Now, people get really zealous, and I dare say overzealous, in an attempt to use the Des Moines' powerful 10-kilometer radar, but of course with 10.9-kilometer detection, this means you have to put yourself into harm's way. Now it's not so bad because you can make use of hard cover in order to mitigate much of that damage. However, this is not always possible necessarily. So as a result, people try to push in and use their guns as well when they fire, which is obviously a lot worse now. I'm spotted, which tells me that there's something right there. I was zoomed out from last game. Here you can see me making use of that quick... Oh, he's smoking. Should have radared immediately. Angle in towards that incoming salvo. Now I can't fire here, but I can make use of my gearing smoke. Now I'm running defensive fire because of the carrier prevalence. So no hydro for me. So I did not. So this is a fairly risky smoke to use. So I'm gonna glide towards hard cover. Uh-oh. Okay, so you see me get spotted there. That's due to my smoke firing detectability, or detectability in smoke while firing range, but he should die. And my detection drops off immediately. Yamato shells coming in. I'm angled, so I take one pen across the face. But I'm fine otherwise. I can take one of these, not two. So there are the gearing torps I was anticipating. Unfortunately, I didn't quite dodge them in time. So at this point I need to come around and redeploy. No carrier to punish me in this case. Making a full circle to redeploy. Don't want to reverse out slowly or anything. Destroyer on destroyer over there. Oh, so they have no DD here now. We don't know where this. Oh, we do know where the Salem is. So they have one radar. So we should actually be able to sneak from this corner if we wanted to. Radared by a Salem, so he's pretty close, probably right behind this rock here. So I'm the only one who's really vulnerable. My gearing is radared. We know about his exact location pretty much, based on the radar. I'm watching for Yami shells. Gearing took a bit of damage, but it's a short duration Salem radar. And by a bit of damage, I mean like half his health bar. Jesus. He might die here. He does drop. Should have waited for my radar probably. Based on the rate of fire, that's not even the Salem. That was Salem's radar, but the fire that was output was from the Smolensk. Is smoke firing bloom? Not sure. I don't think anyone's inside my smoke fire bloom, so we're gonna burn down this Yamato. This is fairly risky, but I do know there's no radar threat. All I can do now is... oh, we lost a gearing on the other side. Put fire out. Oh shit, I'm blocking this guy. Okay, I'm moving. Chill. Do have to be really careful here. I'm gonna pop out of the smoke. And as you can see, I'm not in a great spot. So both Smolensk and the Salem are here. Thankfully, I'm shielded by that smoke. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm dead. Pretty big mistake. Get punished by one pen. Oh. Legendary mod saving my life there. But also, my beaching obviously costing me quite a bit. Haven't done that much in the way of damage yet. Switching to AP. Ooh, it's a slaughter. Okay, he's 2 angled now. The GK is forcing the Salem forward. Most of my shells are clipping. Reversing very slowly. He's gonna turn, holding onto HE for as long as possible. No battleship threat anymore. Next salvo AP. Broadsiding. Only my rear gun can fire, but I'm gonna reverse until I can fire my other guns. Taking other guns offline, but he's angled now. Oh, that was a pretty BS citadel if I say so myself. My battleships shoving in have sufficiently dealt with my other ships, and my battleship does dispatch it. I'm beached yet again, showing off the dangers of beaching. My battleship shove on this side is successful. But, let's see, I have Conqueror and 2 Destroyers to deal with on the other side. Gonna need my Smolensk to go help with that. Gonna help on the other side, but I'm fairly unhealthy due to that big chunking I took while I was sliding on the edge of this rock. This rock's kind of been causing me problems all game. And I was saying you need to be careful about using your radar, but I got into trouble not even from using my radar, but just from being sloppy about it. There's a full HP CVR Smolensk, which I'm leaving. But I do need to help stem the bleeding here. My single Des Moine can't quite take on 1 Conqueror, I suspect. There's 2 gearings. He's popping radar here. Ooh, there's a gearing beside him. Interesting choice, gearing guy. I would have just gone into the cap. His guns should be pointed the other way, so I'm gonna open up immediately. Now he's covered in 32mm plate. I have 203s, so I'm just gonna open up onto him. He can't ignore me forever. Gearing does trade, however, so now I have to turn away. Conqueror's gonna turn his whole ship. Hopefully he has high explosive loaded, but if he has expert loader, then he could switch to armor piercing and punish me fairly easily. Or he could do that. There, determinedly blind firing him. He opens up, armor piercing. Overshoots me by overshoots me by nothing. I'm fucking retarded. However, he's gonna get himself spotted and defended It's gonna be risky bunny helping him, but need to do it. So by bunny hopping, which is a term I'm borrowing from other games, I'm just constantly slowing and stopping, changing my throttle thanks to the Legendary Module. He's about to fire now. Gonna throttle up, throttle down. My accuracy is suffering. He's using high explosive instead. Maybe a bit frustrated. Trying to splatter my engine. Okay, my accuracy is suffering quite a bit. Need to aim a little better. Waiting for my next heal and my damage control, hopefully. Oh, he aimed pretty well. Gonna catch me. Just trying to get out what damage I can. I'm gonna burn out here. I'm in a full turn. If the Kremlin can win this, oh, he needs to pre-turn his turrets. I don't know if he's fast enough. Conquer is pretty slow. Whew! Alright, close. He should have pre-turned his turrets though. This guy didn't focus on pre-turning. Firing AP into my GK's turrets, maybe in an attempt to break them. He does manage to squeeze the shots off, however. Not sure how this is going to go now. We have slight point advantage. Smol is contesting. It's possible I should have gone and helped kill the Smol because I'm one of the better ships at doing it, but it is what it is. I have a high cal, but it doesn't mean much. Him turning out here means we already lost, I think. I think I need to go straight for C, considering the points. Not saying it's his fault in particular or anything. I think this GK played pretty well. But some of the DD mistakes early on cost us a bit too much. At this point, this guy's pretty dead. He's hard spotted by the gearing, quite obviously. So Smolensk left his smoke based on the arcs. Yep, he's moving out. Blast him, blast him. He's spotted. Oh no, he's firing from cover. From the cover here. So he was gliding forward across, so he's up here now. Oh, he's gonna take one on the nose. Whoop. That's game. Probably won't save my star considering how long some of the caps ticked. Oh, I did. The high cal was enough. But yeah, you have to play pretty open water and maneuver in. Oh, my team. What are you guys doing? But anyway. As you saw there, I took a few too many risks early on with a very, very fragile Des Moine, and as a result, I got heavily punished. Anyhow, requeuing. Oh, he switched to Yamato. Interesting. Actually, no, I think this is a different CBR player. Anyway, they have an RNG player. Double booster this time. Now, the reason I'm playing Des Moine or Salem is because I was seeing not too many battleships in the queue. Des Moine's basically good into anything that's not a battleship. Although Des Moine into Haku is a questionable matchup. If you know what you're doing, it can work. If you don't know what you're doing, well, you're gonna get pushed around. Haven's a fairly difficult map for the Des Moines. A lot of open space. And unlike the normal version of the mode, where the cap would be inside here, I have a trio death at least. Unlike the normal version where the cap's inside here, the caps are instead outside, so there's a lot of fighting outside. I can, but I'm slow. Interesting comment by Trio Death. Anyhow, as I was saying, since the cap is not inside here but out here, it's kind of difficult to fight for if you're in a ship that requires cover. Okay, I suspect I maybe should have made a decision. So I'm gonna turn out. Now this is somewhat risky, but I don't think anything's gonna be in this area, at least in the interim period. Fine, they say they don't need me. So I'm gonna redeploy down to A, so they have a radar. I thought the Salem might go, but evidently it should have been me. Do have to be careful of my spotting radius. This is something you have to be very cognizant of as a cruiser player. You get spotted once when you're not ready for it, you're gonna get blasted out of the water. Maybe blasted into the water is a better term of phrase. Anyhow, you get what I'm saying. Something's inside of A, but we don't have a radar there yet. It's gonna be right here on the very edge. That's where I usually cap from. So they're gonna get a small advantage. I'm not gonna be able to radar in time to stop it. My Venezia takes a chunk. Okay. So I'm spotted. Remember, there's a Yamato over here. So I'm already turning. Gonna be his #1 priority. I'm pretty much broadside, undetected. Ooh, okay, I accidentally angled against the Montana salvo, looks like. There's no way I can actually enter this cap without the smoke. So I need the gearing smoke here. I can accompany him in, but not much else. I'm using the legendary mod. I'm beside you. You're the gearing, right? I'm spotted, but I'm not sure. Whatever, let's pop it. Not gonna fire, I'm gonna try and get him to... Never mind, I got a smoke screen. Oh, I'm spotted. Why? Because I have smoke detection bloom. My smoke fire is 8-3. I need to get out of his line of sight. Lighting him up for the rest of my team. Taking some fire from the Wooster. Hopefully my teammates can dispatch him. He's coming forward. Waiting, firing now. Oh, underleaded still. I do manage to get an extra salvo into him. Gearing behind us. Radar, radar, radar! Where's my radar? I need it. I need to press the button. Oh god. Late. I'm gonna hard spot him. Right? Oh no, I'm not gonna hard spot shit. Okay. Stick gearing hard spotting here. Got a pretty good chunk out of him. Booster. Whoa, come on, mouse. I'll have to take my 6k HE salvo and be happy with it. This corner hold is very susceptible to a push now as well because they have a Yamato still. Smoke's almost out. It's up to Venezia to harass. Switching back to armor piercing without even looking. Have a couple seconds left on my smoke, just in case he turns. Looks like he's turning out, so aiming ahead of his nose. Couple seconds left on this puff of smoke. Last fire. Got a citadel out of it. 2 more citadels. Chunked him pretty hard. Turning my turrets. My other player, my CBR player, appears to be having a bit of an aneurysm. My gearing drops. Things are going from bad to worse. The average Salem player, unfortunately, is not the most bright. Can't do anything about that. Oh, Venezia, you should not try that. Kremlin completely backed out. Let's see if the Clever can take him with Reload Booster. It's gonna be pretty difficult at this point. If you can trade for him, it's good. If you can get away, it's even better. There's a Smolensk shooting at him though. So unless I can ambush the Smolensk, there's almost no shot at doing this. Yeah, I'm just still holding that corner. Very easy to play battleships in ranked, relatively speaking. You just sit back and you shoot and make sure shells go where they need to. Okay, I'm gonna have a chance for an ambush here. I'm gonna switch to armor piercing and switch my turrets. See the cover? So I have 10.9 kilometers. He's gonna sail past. I have to be careful of that booster, which I would like to blast. Do I have line of sight concealment? Kinda hard to say. I'm scared. There's smoke in front of me, but it's not great. Fuck. Should have just stayed with plan A. Gonna present a bit broadside to attempt to bounce some shells. Double fire is repairable. HE until he shows. I'm just limited to front guns only now. Adjust my angle. AP. Oh, not quite. Okay. He takes the bow in trade properly. Not gonna be enough here. This game, I should have committed to taking that trade. I could have, if I committed to the ambush instead of going wishy-washy, trying for the booster, it would have died. Probably a game loss. My battleships are firing most of the match. Or star loss, rather. Give me the screen. Oh my dear lord, what are you people doing? Okay, never mind. But yeah, as I was discussing there, too many mistakes. This time I made less, but that last play, when you go for play, you should really hard commit in ideal circumstances. You saw there I couldn't really make up my mind. I decided on the play, I started executing it, sorry. And then I saw the booster, it was just so tasty. Maybe he'll broadside, maybe I'll catch him. But no. What ended up happening was I turned my turrets, and instead of having all three turrets come to bear ready for the Smolensk when he crossed that corner, I ended up having my guns out of position, and I had to turn my turrets and my whole ship, and I wasn't able to assassinate him as I wished to. I did still save my stars somehow, but that was more from the incompetence of my team than anything else. Nope, now they have trioed him. Great. At least I have their Yamato. But oh god, I have the young Wolverine S13. Should just report you already. This guy's of questionable skill level, let's just leave it at that. This time I have a Moskva. Moskva's more suited to open water than me, so I'm gonna go into the cap. Lots of cruisers this matchup, only one battleship. So Des Moine is great here. Des Moine has great anti-cruiser power, pretty poor anti-battleship power. I think I've seen Good Hope around as well. I don't think he's very good though. Radar minnow this season is pretty strong, particularly because there's a lot of Smolensk around, so you can there's a lot of smokes for you to borrow. Minotaur has yet to say if he's smoke or radar. Wooster asking, of course, because Wooster wants to borrow that smoke potentially. You can play a bit more aggressively this game as soon as we see the Yamato. The battleship is the key threat to the Des Moines. As you saw last game, that battleship blasted most of my health away. Now that Smolensk did get the better of me, I let him get a bit too close. The Montana was going to sail past that second salvo after he blasted me. He was sailing across like this, so if I slowed down, maybe I could have made the play still. But all in all, just not the right tactical play. Des Moines early on spotted. Now this is a pretty sneaky spot you can radar from, but quite obviously you can't fire into A while you're doing it, so you're relying on having a shooter. I have a Minotaur and a Wooster there though, and 2 destroyers, so they should shred anything they catch. Trio Def is in B. Ooh, I can catch that Smolensk in my radar. We see the Yamato. I'm in a relatively atypical radar position, and I won't get spotted unless Trio Def comes down. I'm watching for Smolensk shells. I want a reason to radar. I don't want to do it myself because crossing over while the Yamato's still there is exceptionally dangerous. Okay, my gearing got killed by Smolensk. Nice. Clever's up there. So he's not there. Smolensk is pretty low. Gonna pop a radar for him. Make sure he stays spotted. So that we trade. Yoshino over there. Don't care about Yosh. He's gonna stay lit. Hopefully he burns. Good. Oh dear, Yueyao. So Mr. Good Hope over there is actually in position to hit me, but I don't think he was ready for me. Yamato's still over there. I'm shielded from his fire for now. Looking to back up my team over there. Trying to glide out of the Des Moines radar range. As you can see, I'm giving broadside. Out of radar range now. So now the play is to come up and try and help Wolverine guy. Nothing should spot me until the Yoshino gets into range. So I'm gonna come around this corner and do a close range ambush. If they can get the Yueyang, it'd be great. Close. Remember, I'm still broadside though, so I'm gonna be spotted at 10-9 here. Need to angle immediately. Gonna give the broadside to the Yoshino, but I don't expect he's looking at me. Give him the Des Moines AP. I'm ignoring the Yamato right now. It's not even the Yamato shooting me. Gonna disengage. Des Moines is shooting me, Mr. Good Hope. Now remember, there could be Yoshino torpedoes coming my way. Okay, so that's the Yoshino looking at me. Yamato just fired. Cease fire. There are the Yoshino 20s. Gonna force him to the corner. I'm using the gearing smoke right now. Gearing is chasing. Gonna use the smoke fire. That's giving line of sight now. So gotta be careful. My shells do land. I'm only gonna be briefly crossing with the Yamato. And he's giving broadside. In the smoke screen again. Sorry about the phone in the background. Gonna finish this off. He's angling away from my AP, but gonna switch to high explosive at this point. And he doesn't have any armor that can bounce my HE shells or shatter my HE shells. And we get a kill. Just careful, aggressive positioning. Now Yamato's kinda close to me. I need vision. Yep, radar is good. That's a very good radar from the Moskva. We need information. Because I don't want him to touch my detection. Not looking at me, so I'm gonna risk opening fire a couple times. Remember, single BB and nothing else on this corner. So he's beaching, so someone else is gonna spot him for me, the Moskva in this case, and I just add my fire onto the Yamato. His guns are completely turned. I'm full stopped, but his guns are turned again. Presenting me broadside, switched to armor piercing, got a fire on that salvo anyway. We traded something somewhere, but I don't really care, I'm not too concerned at this point. Gearing should land at least one torpedo here. See me taking a nice 3k chunk out of this guy. I'm gonna fight that Des Moine. I don't want him to go to take the bow in duel, because the DM will win that. Now the DM can't go all the way through the corner because of the relative position of my Yamato. He's reversing. Switching to AP. You can see I'm almost in range. He's sitting still, accelerating. Oh, he beached. But he died. Yeah, like that. The corner duel is so bad for him. I don't know what the circumstances are, but he really shouldn't have taken that trade. Yamato might get YOLO'd, or maybe he blast that guy, not sure. His engine's out. Oof! Trio death with the ram. He's just trying to get his damage in, I think. He's in a good position to get killed by the Des Moine now. It's myself and 2Ds against the 2 DMs, so now they actually have the gunpowder advantage, but all I have to do is keep resetting. We have 3 caps ticking, so because of the huge point advantage we've accrued. So I'm gonna go over to the mouth of the cap, but be ready to disengage by moving off to the side. I want to delay the cap, not take it. Or not kill him. This Des Moines pretty out of position. He's gonna dive into the cap. I'll go for this route instead. Got 2 defended ribbons, that's good enough. If he's gonna slow down, then that's not a huge issue for me. Let's see if he feels he needs the cap or not. Now he's showing me his butt, which is interesting. Can't shoot him yet. Now his butt is, as you can see, flat, which means at close ranges, Des Moines AP versus another Des Moines is actually quite effective. He's rearing in now. Gonna pop my radar, make sure I can see. Gonna make sure I'm front guns versus back guns. Slowing down now at this point, don't want to get randomly ambushed. Alright, we can't shoot each other anymore. Fine. All is well, my friend. And we finally do get a win. What was that? Star save, loss? Or star save, win, rather? Pretty depressing, to be honest. But you do what you gotta do. Anyhow, same map this time on Haven, but an extremely positional game. It did hook us up with some okay results. I mean, I wouldn't say star save, win is what you want to be aiming for, but the Des Moines is exceptionally powerful if you know what you're doing. Definitely a good pick if you can pull it off. Using my 16-pointer, going for a very dual heavy build. You'll notice I have survivability expert, which might stand out as a bit of an oddball skill choice to you. Using John Doe, my next points are going to go for last stand and PM. PM to prevent those turret on turret gun duels from wrecking me, and last stand so that I don't have to repair for engine if anything catastrophic happens. But yeah, PT into AR, into SI, into CE, back into expert marksman, into expert loader. That's 13 points, 16 points, 18 points, 19 points. And I'm running Legendary Module. Everything else is pretty standard. Radar and slot 2 if you have it. If not, take probably engine, and definitely take main battery in slot 1. Des Moines turrets go down real fast. Anyhow, that'll be all for now. Still stuck at rank 7, but we'll see if we can make something happen. Cheers.